Okay, how you doing, YouTube? All right, this is Christian Edward. You can hear a lot more of my evidence and news and information from the delegates. They'll call in sometimes we'll call them right on the spot and catch them off guard and try and get them to maybe reveal a little bit more than they might want to reveal. I'm just talking about a certain handful of delegates now. And this is the kind of media that I'm looking for. I'm looking for media that's basically, these people, have been elected to serve us. Okay, now we need to make sure that they're serving us, and that's the order of authority here. Okay, now here's the first problem that was going on down at Continental Congress that I've put together over the last, now the last week, after the dust is settled and I've been able to kind of evaluate it wrong. The order of authority is wrong, and that's what the problem is here, okay? The order of authority is whatever you choose to call your tuna sandwich, okay? And then you have 12 beings, which are your authority, and that's it, okay? That's the order of authority. You cannot even be dragged into court without a grand jury indictment, and that's a fact. Look it up, okay? So every time that you're being dragged into court, and as a matter of fact, if you are dragged into court and there is not a jury sitting there waiting, or at least the opportunity to start picking a jury, that is a fraudulent process. Okay? Another thing about that is gold-trimmed flags in courts. Those are pirate flags. That means that this is they're just doing business. Okay? They're doing business by deception. All right? Now there's a whole lot of that deception going on. And like I said, now I make an assumption. All right? The assumption is that Bob was a bad guy. That was the assumption that I had. I got that from a couple of credible people, okay? One of them very, very credible, and many people know him well, which that's bygones are bygones. Okay, I had a little bit of involvement with him and came forward to me with his evidence, and he said, hey, look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that. I looked at all the evidence and I said, and it did make me go, Now this guy was about an hour and a half for me. Now I'm a patriot, hardcore, okay? It doesn't matter what time I have available. It doesn't matter if I got to go to work or not or do whatever, all right? The fact is if it's right and it's for my country, I do it, all right? Not for the United States. That's just a privately run corporation. It's a for-profit corporation that does not give a crap about me. That's why I've revoked my consent to be governed by it, all right? That's the thing about this order of authority thing. You have to consent to others to be your... Now, here's the thing about representatives, okay? If you have delegates, that means that you are delegating your authority to them. Right? Okay? So, now let's move on. All right, now what are the reasons why they did not want me there? Okay? Now let's blow this sleeping on floors thing out of the water right now, okay? Almost every single person that was there, they were there with somebody that they had never met before, and they were going to sleep in the same room with those people. So I was just another person trying to find a floor to sleep on, from some other good patriots that were, we could hang out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But anyway, I think I asked like 3 people there over the course of the night. And then to even further dispel this kind of really odd, character assassination of me, I got kicked out 24 hours after these complaints, folks. Okay, 24 hours after these complaints. I was in there for the whole day on Sunday. I was doing all my interviews. And if you watch my interviews, you're going to find out why I got kicked out. I started asking questions, and one of them was about this order of authority being wrong. Okay, and also it was the fact that they did. I feel that they did not want the truth about that there was a fraudulent document. Okay. Now John William, who's my mentor, he's on the record at PyroRadio.com in one of those clips that he talked to Bob Shultz about the fact that there was a constitution and then there was a fraudulent document that everybody's using right now. The fraudulent document has the 14th Amendment and everything else on it. So all these folks that are all talking about 14th Amendment, they're talking about a fraudulent document. Okay, so that's it. The Constitution for the United States of America is the one we should be using. That's the one that we stopped using back in 1871 when they crafted a legal document and they got everybody to start bailing in there as U.S. citizens, United States citizens, and citizens is lowercase. Constitution, to look at it, anything before that 14th Amendment, the citizens were spelled with a capital C. All right, please look up this stuff. Don't just think that I'm crazy or something like that. All right. Now, I don't know how much time I've got here. All right, I got about 5 minutes. All right, so, okay, interviews. I did interviews. I found out these are really good people. They wanted to ask a lot of questions. I gave them a bunch more questions to ask. All right, we had a little conversation in the bar where I had little, 2 beers, I think, max, where we kind of revealed the fact between all of our facts, putting them together, that it was actually a de jure elected government, which means that this was de jure. It means that it is lawful. All right, the de facto, that means in fact, means they've got the guns and they're pretending to be the government. Okay, that's what de facto means. Now this lawful, what you could do is go through a court process and prove that this is a lawful government. Nobody has debated me on this issue. All they want to do is assassinate my character. Okay? So I asked a lot of questions. That's what they didn't want, man. They did not want this event humanized. I don't know. I haven't seen any videos from Campaign for Liberty. I keep saying Campaign for Liberty. It's not Campaign for Liberty. Okay? It is givemeliberty.org. And it sucks that all these guys have to have liberty in their name and then posing as this, and then they're just trying to make money. Now, Bob Shultz is also on the record that he does not think that the people are ready for the truth. Okay, so he does not think that you are ready for the truth, the stuff that I'm talking about. And apparently you're not, because I'm getting assassinated like crazy, and everybody's like discrediting me, and man, I'm catching it from all angles just to try and tell you the truth and show you my evidence. But no, not too many people want to squeeze through to the radio station to hear about it. Okay, what do I got? 702. All right. Now, here's the facts, all right? The revelation of citizens versus citizens, I made that. The lowercase versus the uppercase, that got a lot of people asking questions. My presence there got the delegates to ask more questions, did not want to find the truth out about the fraudulent document. That could not have been revealed. And let me tell you something, the NWO just missed an atom bomb, okay? They just dodged an atom bomb. Not a bullet, they dodged an atom bomb. Because had I known, had my John William was trying to drill it through my head about the difference. There's a Constitution, but he said there's 2 documents. And I was like, there's a Constitution and there's something that's a fraud. And that's it. There's a Constitution called the Constitution for the United States of America. The for and the of is where they get you. For is freedom for the benefit of, and of is slave. You're a slave too. So if you want to be a slave, you use the of. If you want to be free, you use the for. I don't know how to make it any more simple. Now the for Constitution only has 13 amendments on it. All right? There are no other amendments. So anybody talking to you about the 14th Amendment, they're talking to you about a fraudulent document, and they're grieving a fraudulent document, and therefore they're consenting to it. If you walk into a court and you plead not guilty, you are consenting to that court to judge you. So it's the same process. You're grieving a document. You're stating that the document itself is valid. Otherwise, why would you be grieving it? Okay? What do we got left? What do we got left? I got a minute and a half. Okay, so here's my assumptions here. My assumptions, all right, is that our liberty equals a negative balance sheet for the bankers. And that's the bottom line here. You're not going to get freedom until we actually say who our enemies are, folks. All right? They want our liberty. They want our property. They want our stuff. They want to, kind of, well, let's not even go there. Anyway, but here's the truth. The truth equals payback to the people, folks. And that's what they don't want you to know. The truth is payback to the people. All these corporations, they owe you money. That's what the national debt number is. All of these mainstream media conglomerates are all sucked up in it, okay? And if you found out, they'd be making a heck of a lot less money. And that is the truth, and that's why I'm being censored. And my God, the answer is right here. All I got to do is I'm just asking you guys to see it. That's all, okay? So, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.